Hello and welcome back to Bespoke Unit. In this video we shall be reviewing another champagne. This time it's Mumm Cordon Rouge. As with our previous champagne review, we'll be using the trialed Bespoke Unit champagne sheet, or BUCS for short, a quantifiable and objectified review matrix that will allow us to justify all the reviews that we do for champagne, and we'll also have blank versions when it's ready that you can download and use at home. If you're watching this and the video is quite old, just look in the link below and it should be there for you to download if you'd like to give it a try. Mumm is quite a well-known, very renowned champagne house. In fact, it's the fourth largest producer of champagne. It was founded in 1827 by three brothers. It's from Reims, so the Montagne de Reims, though it sources its grapes from several different regions. Mumm are known sponsors of a lot of sporting events. They sported Formula 1 racing for a long time, although they don't anymore. Kentucky Derby as well, the Australian Melbourne Cup, and recently they sponsor Usain Bolt. So the Cordon Rouge is named so because it used to be delivered in a red sash, which was actually a reference to the Légion d'honneur, which is kind of like the Medal of Honor, I think, or knighthood in the UK. The sashes that they would wear, which were red as well. So the Cordon Rouge is a 40% Pinot Noir, 25% Pinot Meunier and a 30% Chardonnay. So I'm expecting with such a large amount of Chardonnay we'll have something quite minerally, potentially quite citrusy too. So we have it now open. Sorry, I actually was struggling with a plastic cap that wouldn't come off. For some reason it had a plastic sheath over the foil and I forgot to re-record me opening the bottle. But if you go to bespokeunit.com/champagne/serving, we offer an extensive guide on how to open a bottle of champagne properly. So I've served myself just a little bit. I'm going to add a little bit more. Just halfway, not too much. We want the aromas to come out and to gather in the top of the glass. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to have a look at it. I'm going to use a white background, so this wall over here will do just nicely. So we have something that's quite golden, I'd say darker than straw. So we have something here that I'd say is sort of mid-gold, so we'll take a note of that. I'll put it here, yeah, and but it is very clear, not too clear though, so that's good, we'll put that there. In terms of bubbles, they seem to be very lively, very vigorous, so we'll put that quite high. And we have, I'm not counting them, I'd say they're very refined, but not that refined. I've seen more refined, so we'll mark it high, but not too high. Next we move on to the nose and the bouquet. So you don't want to smell too, don't be coy, you know, go in there, don't feel that you have to stand on ceremony, just stick your nose in and give it a sniff. So I'm sniffing my armpit not because I smell, but I'm actually just trying to neutralize the odours in my nose so I can give it another smell. I don't know if it really works, but psychologically it works and that's enough. Another way is to, as we do in our fragrance reviews, is to use coffee, so have a sniff of that, and then you can get back to smelling the bouquet of your champagne. So this is a very lemony, sort of lemon meringue, quite creamy, so I'm going to put lemon zest, meringue, and pastry, and actually quite earthy as well, sort of leaves, which is kind of, it's not very common in a champagne. So maybe a little bit of mirabelle plum. Okay, so that's done. Let's move on to tasting the palate, bottoms up. Okay, it's really interesting. So the finish I got there, which I'm going to mention first, was a sort of brioche and vanilla accord. It was really interesting actually. I'm still getting a bit of it now, a bit minerally as well, a bit chalk, not mineral. So chalk, brioche and vanilla finish. That said, it's actually quite long. It's longer than I expected as well. And then in opening notes, if I recall, I'll just have to remind myself, I'm afraid. So I'd say we opened on lemon, which is to be expected with the lemon meringue. It's a lot less citrusy than I expected. I was expecting something to be this to be much more citrusy because of the amount of Chardonnay in it, but I was proved wrong. We have some peaches as well, and quite a floral opening too. And then as we go in, we have a bit of sort of baked green fruit, so like baked green apples, baked rhubarb maybe, a little bit of pear. Oh, excuse me. And then we move to our brioche and vanilla and chalk finish. So overall, really pleasant champagne. I really enjoyed it. This is something that it's not extremely prestigious. It's still a very good champagne house. But still, yeah, this is a very good quality champagne. In terms of cork, so it's slowly regaining its shape at the base, but not necessarily at the top. I'm guessing this one has been in a bottle maybe for a while. The quality seems okay. Yeah, doesn't smell too off. And I actually quite like the plaque. I don't know if you can see it here, but it shows a little GH Mumm bottle. The old ones actually, when they had the real sash on it with Cordon Rouge written underneath it. I might keep that one actually. The label design is very grandiose, very traditional, very classic. It's very conservative in that sense. There's nothing extremely avant-garde about it. And in terms of value for money, now you can get this on Amazon.com for $50. Alternatively, you can go to wine.com and get it for $40. Now in France, I actually got this for around, I think it was 25 euros. So just remember that you should always consider 50% increase in price when it gets to the States. So there is a considerable difference. So yeah, $40 on wine.com. Check the link below. You can also find one for Amazon if you prefer to shop there. So you can grab yourself a bottle. So let's quickly talk about the pairability of Mumm. So, because this was something that was quite citrusy, it's quite faint as well. It was not, the flavour was low in yeast, very low in yeast. I mean, we had a little bit of brioche in the finish, but it wasn't that overbearing. So this is something that's quite delicate. It's something that wouldn't cope well against really strong flavoured meals, although it would go quite well, I'd say, with quite salty meals. So, you know, caviar, if you're so inclined. If I was having caviar, I think I could afford a more prestigious champagne. But like fish eggs, oysters, I'd say cured meat as well, pastries, shellfish, sushi, and fish, grilled fish would be great with this. White meat, and you can even use it as a fantastic aperitif champagne as well. So it would pair quite well with potato chips, French fries, actually excellent with champagne, breadsticks, popcorn, olives, I think, or tapenade. I think that would be too strong. So, you know, take it easy, don't go too much in the antipasto. With regards to desserts, this is too dry, so I wouldn't pair it with a dessert. I'd find it wouldn't accord well. There'd be too much of a clash. And in terms of serving temperature, this is definitely 8 degrees Celsius, which is 46.7 Fahrenheit. I wouldn't have it any colder because then you lose out on the aromas. It'll be quite flat in flavor profile. But any warmer, because this isn't the most refined or complex champagne, wouldn't give you any benefits. It would just bring out a little bit of alcohol in there instead. But otherwise, this is an excellent champagne. Cheers. I'm certainly enjoying it. Oh, I've got a hint of raspberry in there, that's one for the list as well. There we go. So that I think pretty much covers Mumm's Cordon Rouge. If you have any questions, any comments or anything you'd like to add, please feel free to comment. Of course, I'm going to ask you to smash that like and that subscribe button. And if you enjoy champagne reviews, there's more coming up. If not, we have plenty of fragrance. Our regular fragrance content is continuing, as well as content for watches and other subjects too. Otherwise, head to bespokeunit.com to read more about what we do. You can even go to bespokeunit.com/champagne to learn all our champagne guides. We have guides on how to serve champagne, how to taste champagne, and how to properly store champagne, as well as how to recognize what to expect from a champagne just by using its label. Finally, of course, head to our Facebook page, give us a like and a follow on Instagram. We're very active on both those profiles, but we also have Twitter, so please give us a follow there as well. And that's it from me for today. I'm going to enjoy the rest of this bottle as I write up the review. Hopefully there won't be too many spelling mistakes for Paul Anthony, our founder, to have to correct. But normally I muddle through, even when I've had a couple of glasses. Anyway, that's all from me today. Have a good one, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care.